According to the arrival schedule, there will be a ship arriving from Mondstadt today. The artists for the 5 Kasim portraits should be on board. The boat should be arriving soon, so let's head down to the docks. We're the festival god.
Yes, that's right. We are Bard. Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to find fresh...
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, where's Tondef? Huh. Strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Huh? Why's that? Oh, Paimon sees what you're getting at. Even though Venti no longer rules over Mon, if he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only would it...
Miss Honorary Knight! Paimon!
It's Klee! Were you also invited to the Iridor?
No, Albedo's the one who received the... But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days...
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Irodori Festival...
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the...
It seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma, Calx. Oh, by the way, do you know where the International Trade Association is? I'll be meeting with the
Yeah, the International Trade Association is where you'll be staying in Inazuma. We'll be heading there too.
Great. Let's get going then.
Seeing the sun, rising day after day.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump into others. Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not the best idea. As a result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. It appears she's even strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama, isn't here yet. Well, Mr. Hiroyama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials.
You mean you had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
I only know of the 5 Kasen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. So Mr. Hiroyama decided to help me. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired.
So when do the paintings have to be done?
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Irodori Festival. The first one, depicting Suiko, will need to be done before the festival's official opening.
The day after tomorrow? Then you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, just last month, to ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Irodori Festival, I had to... I heard that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma. I still don't know...
Paimon isn't sure if she...
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference...
Oh, right! The editors of the Yai Publishing House will all be... Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hiroyama's...
Alright, it's worth a try. Klee, you haven't slept for a while now. Please stay at our residence in the International...
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best behavior.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera is when he's on... Kuroda and I will go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand for this book is so high, though.
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we... Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found in the warehouse has anything to do with...
Well, the editorial director is on...
Sorry to interrupt, but what's going on here?
Oh, hey, Traveler. Don't worry. It's nothing.
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hirayama.
Mr. Hirayama is...
Oh, hold on. Excuse me. But you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the 5 kasen for the festival?
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about information. I do apologize, but please make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go find him ourselves.
Well...
Excuse me, but is there something wrong with the latest volume of a
Huh? How did...
Since you were all aware that Mr. Hirayama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director... To add to that, despite being aware that I am... After considering these factors, the only reason you would try to stall me is if something happened.
Well, I'm very sorry. The situation is just as you said, Calx. I suppose it doesn't hurt. Earlier today, someone spotted a The Tenryou Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted
What? The book?
Shh, not only is this book an eagerly
Because of the dire situation, Mr. Hirayama immediately hurried to the warehouse to determine whether the theft was related.
I see. It would be a great misfortune if A Legend of Sword would not be released on schedule. And quite a disappointment for Chit. If Mr. Hirayama has gone to the warehouse at the docks, then I'll go down to see if I can be of any help.
So the author of A Legend of Sword is Jayu. Sounds familiar. Hey,
Oh, do you know him?
Shincho would definitely be upset if he discovers his books are missing. Let's...
Quake!
It's you! Why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryou Commission, of course.
No, Sarah, Paimon wasn't talking about you. So, Tone-Deaf Bard. The suspicious outlander in the warehouse.
Considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is...
As I have told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you, Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
Listen, Sarah. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the...
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Iridori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can only suspect that he might have entered. And just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the sailing... If it would help shed a...
Oh, Venti! You didn't really come here illegally, did you?
Ouch! Your words wound me! We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted... You arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard.
Similar means?
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than Kamisato Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's a...
But why weren't you on the same ship as the other book?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship. But once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along. And when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryou Commission general glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Venti, This story is quite believable.
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA Publishing House, and there are some questions. Based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the warehouse for some time.
Actually, I did hear some faint footsteps around me a couple of times.
But if you clearly heard some...
I seem to understand.
What did you notice?
When it comes to burglars, they are generally associated with prying or rummaging through things. What Venti means. As for the sound of footsteps, because this is a warehouse where many goods are...
I see. But if that's the case, then we're back to square one.
No, not quite. From the facts that have been presented to us, we can draw it first. Whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport... It goes without saying that Venti clearly does not match up with our...
Yes, I agree with your... Mr. Hirayama. The Tenryo Commission will continue by investigating the...
Yes, understood. I'll leave it to you then.
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast. Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether...
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account you might let me off the hook.
Sara's quite the meticulous one. So, where's your...
Yes, the invitation letter. I'm truly sorry.
How?
Don't be mistaken. I was well aware of how important it was. But I didn't bring... Strange. Though I had a little too much to drink.
If you were holding the invitation in your hand the whole...
Well, to properly compare the taste of Mondstadt wine and Inazuman sake, I couldn't both hold the invitation and...
In which case, I believe there's only...
Huh? You're way ahead of Paimon. Huh? That doesn't sound right.
Drinking too much...
Huh? Are you sure? His cape doesn't even have any pockets to put stuff.
Well, people do often claim that capes and the like serve no real purpose other than aesthetics. I suppose a cape with pockets would... Ah, yes! I remember now. I knew you'd help me.
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro. However, starting tonight, I would advise you to stay. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving now.
There goes Sara. All right, let's go talk to Mr.
Mr. Hirayama, I'm Calx. We had originally arranged...
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived. These are the materials regarding the 5 Kassen. All the information that we could...
Let's see here. Yes, it's just as I had suspected. Monikers such as Suiko and Aoi no Okina aren't the real names of the 5 Kassen. Though there were once many stories regarding each of the 5 Kassen, the validity of their contents can no longer be verified. But, at the very least...
So, is the info useful for your...
To some extent, yes. However...
I am sorry that this information is not as exhaustive as you had hoped. Though, Lady Yae did say that there are many variations of the story about the 5 Kassen. So all you need to do is follow through with what's in your own heart.
That does sound like something Miko would say.
Thank you, Mr. Hirayama. No need to worry.
Great. I'll leave it to you then, Calx. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Genyu, the author of A Legend of Sword, will be arriving in Inazuma by boat. If you see him, please do not mention this. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, the IA Publishing House will do its best to ensure... You have my gratitude. I'll be...
Well, seems there's nothing more we can do here. Huh? Betty? What are you doing over there?
Traveler, Albedo, would you mind coming over here for a moment? There's...
What is it, Venti? A piece of...
Indeed. When I awakened to find myself in the warehouse, I didn't think much of it then. I thought it was merely a scrap piece of paper that had fallen, but on second thought,
Let me see. Suiko chapter. Wait a minute. Isn't Suiko the name of...
the story told in this poem roughly boils down to Suiko getting tipped. This story sounds familiar.
Seriously? It's literally the same story you just experienced yesterday.
Oh, indeed it is.
Yes, I concur. The person who left this paper could quite possibly be the criminal, but why leave the paper here in such a fashion?
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Meeting together in Inazuma like this is a most rare occasion. Since we've been busy from the start of the...
Hey! You just sobered up and you're already thinking about more... and let's not forget that Albedo still has...
No, it's fine. Let's all go for a drink together.
Wait a minute! What about your portrait?
As I mentioned before, I'm the kind of artist who can work quickly once I'm inspired. If I use a model as reference for the piece...
In that case, we'll... One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Wow, you really came through, Albedo. You were able to complete the first portrait before the opening...
Yes, it really is a sight to behold. Not only does it harken to the traditional style of Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, tone-deaf bard. You were just a model, the person... Well, Albedo, who will be your next portrait?
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the 5 Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one?
Another story?
I believe he's referring to the...
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
It certainly is a possibility. Also, there are some points regarding... For example, the reference materials make mention of 5 legendary figures. Yet all the popular stories... It appears that throughout all the stories...
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Mondstadt. So for now, we need but just